Benjamin Franklin is one of the most recognizable faces in American history, a key founding father who helped shape a new nation. But to label him only as a statesman is to miss the full picture. Franklin was a true polymath, a writer, publisher, groundbreaking scientist, and brilliant inventor. This is the story of how a boy with only 2 years of formal schooling became America's original Renaissance man. Born in Boston in 1706, Benjamin was the 10th son of a humble candle maker in a bustling household of 17 children. Growing up near the water, his inventive mind was already at work. As a boy, he crafted his own swimming fins, paddles worn on his hands, to move faster through the river. His formal education ended abruptly at age 10, crushing his father's hopes of him joining the clergy. But what Franklin lacked in schooling, he more than made up for with an insatiable appetite for reading. He famously became a vegetarian for a time, not primarily for his health, but so he could use the money he saved on meat to buy more books. This drive for self-improvement would define his entire life. Teenager apprenticed in his brother James's printing shop, he secretly submitted a series of witty letters to the newspaper under the pseudonym Mrs. Silence Dogood, a fictional middle-aged widow. They became incredibly popular, and only after 16 letters did Benjamin confess his authorship. Eager to make his own way, he left Boston at 17. He arrived in Philadelphia tired, poor, and dirty, famously walking down the street with 3 puffy rolls of bread for food. It was in this humble state that he was first seen by his future wife, Deborah Red. Charm, intelligence, and ambition soon made him a central figure in what was then America's largest city. He didn't just want to succeed, he wanted to build a better community. He founded the Junto, a weekly club where young men gathered to debate politics, philosophy, and science, asking questions like, "Have you lately observed any encroachment on the just liberties of the people?" This club led to one of his greatest civic contributions, the creation of America's first lending library, allowing ordinary people access to knowledge. He also organized the city's first volunteer fire department and published the influential Pennsylvania Gazette, which he used to advocate for colonial unity with his famous Join or Die political cartoon. By this time, he had entered into a common law marriage with Deborah Red, who raised his illegitimate son, William, as her own. While building his community, Franklin's scientific mind was always at work. He was fascinated by electricity, a mysterious and terrifying force at the time. In his legendary experiment, with his son William assisting him, he flew a kite into a thunderstorm to prove that lightning was a form of electrical energy. This wasn't just for show. It led to one of his most practical inventions, the lightning rod, which protected countless homes and buildings from fires. His genius for invention was always tied to practical solutions. He created bifocal glasses because he was tired of switching between 2 pairs. He designed the Franklin stove, a metal-lined fireplace that produced more heat with less smoke, revolutionizing home heating. His scientific achievements made him an international celebrity, a fame he masterfully leveraged as a diplomat. During the American Revolution, he was sent to France with the monumental task of convincing the French monarchy to support the colonies. He became an icon by playing the part of a rustic American frontiersman, wearing a simple fur cap instead of a powdered wig, which charmed Parisian high society. His diplomatic skill was a key factor in securing the French troops and supplies that ultimately helped America win the war. However, Franklin was also a man of deep contradictions. Like many powerful white men of his era, he owned enslaved people and published prejudiced views on German immigrants. Yet, his perspective evolved dramatically. He eventually freed his slaves and, in his later years, became the president of the Pennsylvania Abolition Society, petitioning Congress to end the institution shortly before his death. His life reflects the complex and often troubling evolution of American ideals. This complexity extended to his own family. His devotion to the Revolution led to a painful, permanent falling out with his son William, who remained a loyalist to the British crown. As a statesman, Franklin's role was unparalleled. He is the only founding father to have signed all 3 of the documents that created the United States: the Declaration of Independence, the Treaty of Paris, and the United States Constitution. After the Constitution was established, he famously wrote to a friend, "In this world, nothing is certain except death and taxes." Benjamin Franklin died in 1790 at the age of 84. An estimated 20,000 people, nearly the entire population of Philadelphia, attended his funeral. He left behind a legacy of ingenuity, civic virtue, and relentless self-improvement, proving that a formal education isn't the only path to genius. His life's work laid the groundwork for the modern world in countless ways, a testament to a man who never stopped asking how he could make things better. If you enjoyed this dive into the life of one of history's most remarkable figures, make sure to subscribe to the Compass Reports. Thanks for watching.